Christian, make sure you stay unmuted. Are you speaking or am I doing my regular intro?
No, you're going to do your regular intro.
Okay, guys. Well, I am excited here, as usual. You all know I stay excited. But this is an exciting time because we are on our way to Vegas. And guess what? This time, what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas because we're going to tell the whole world about Wakanna. And so I'm going to get on out of your way, bring up our CEO, our visionary, Melissa Boston, somebody I've known over 17 years now. Started out as strangers, became friends, and now family. And guys, we have done tons of things together. But I think this one is the most significant, the most life-changing, and the one we're going to take all around the world. Yes, when I met her, she had fired her boss the day before because guess what? Corporate America just wasn't serving her. She went on into the social selling industry full time and became MVP of 3 companies, had teams in over 46 countries, did a pivot in 2017 when asked to be the CEO of a cannabis company. And guys, she had second thoughts about that because she was like, cannabis, but she got an open mind, went and learned how well these products gave people a better quality of life, decided to become CEO, was there, taking the company from 800,000 to 200 and some, over 225,000 some months, and decided that now was the time to launch. And we came together to launch Wakanna back in 2019. And guys, here we getting ready to birth Wakanna. And guess what? We are just beginning. So without further ado, Melissa Boston, here you go. Take it away.
Wow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, I just feel, the excitement is in the air. I'm just listening to all the enthusiasm as everyone's joining us. Hey, Kristen Phyllis. Good morning. Good morning. Shouting in from Atlanta. We want to welcome our COO to the line. And Phyllis, I want to thank you for that tremendous introduction. I mean, every time you introduce me, I'm just so humbled because I remember, oh my goodness, when we first met, I'll never forget. Okay. It was at, a hotel. We were doing a training. Phyllis was in the room. She had her chinchilla. I mean, Phyllis, right? She brings it. Always one of those people who stands out in the crowd. And she got up during the middle of the actual conference we were having, a training, and made a comment, right? Made a comment about my shoes and my purse, okay? And I'm telling you what, when I found out that she was actually on my team, I was super elated. I mean, they went on to go out and just break records. Not only did she help someone earn 6 figures in 90 days, but her herself did it 30 days after he did it. I'm telling you what, the rest is history because look at where we're at today. I mean, still together, still breaking records. And so just thank you for being our first diamond, our first double diamond, our midwife, helping all of us give birth to unlimited possibilities. And again, just super excited and thank each and every one of you for waking up to Wakanna, soon to be Wakanna. Can you believe it? We will be going into the delivery room this weekend, and many of you will be there to join us. So we want to thank you for those who've made the commitment to be there. But if you have not made the commitment to be there, I believe we might have at least 1 or 2 special guests on the line that's going to give you some words of wisdom. Hey, with our COO on the line, there may be some more updates we need to share. But I want to first really kick this off by really going through the meaning of Wakanna. Wakanna means in the hands of God. We know that Wakanna was a gift from God. And so we know that absolutely we're at the right place at the right time. And our mission is we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. Our vision is to elevate the well-being of your body and soul. And I want to just kick this off real quick because I have some special thanks today, okay? Because we have a conference committee, and I'm going to give a shout out to our conference committee, but we also have what we call our pre-conference special teams and conference staff, okay? And so these are individuals that are either on the ground now, perhaps they're helping us get product shipped out, or maybe they're going to be on the ground in Las Vegas, right? But these are people that have been instrumental and a lot of the things that, sometimes we take for granted, right? Those things that just have to get done, and they're just a part of the process. And so I'm going to give a shout out to Tracy Bolton, Tara Shackerfield, Dan Johnson, Sharon Rogers, Sylvia Covington, Tariq Rogers, Gail King, Dr. Betty Smith, Karen Ivy, Sherry Shannon, we know her as Shay, Dolores Irvin, Sherman Reynolds, Simone Lewis, DJ Moni, Laurie Ogden, Claudia Muhammad, Joseph Sanford, Julie Causey, Dr. Rosalind Shaw-Belt, and Chevalier Gilmore. We also call her CJ. So big shout out, because again, a lot of times there's things happening behind the scenes, and we always need those people to call on. And I'm just telling you what, this conference is going to be amazing, electrifying, and we have a dynamic team behind this awesome brand. And let me just say this, guys, week after week, right? As we're creating this dynamic brand, okay? As we're creating a new direction, a new vision, a new purpose, right? Super excited to be with these phenomenal individuals. Our COO, who you heard him, Christian Phillips, on our conference committee. I mean, every single Tuesday, just bringing it great ideas and just really helping this to be pulled off in the most dynamic way ever. And of course, our midwife, she is there every Tuesday, Phyllis Nash, just really wherever she can help out, always there with phenomenal ideas, leading our training on Friday. So just a lot of great things. And guess what, guys? Amazon is calling me right now. And so that means there may be a delivery for conference. So Phyllis, I want to ask you to say something for about 30 seconds, because I still got to give a shout out to Kathy and Errol, but I'm going to take this call because it might be very critical for
Take that call, girl, because we need whatever they got coming. And so, guys, I'm excited as usual, but everybody that's coming on board, everybody that's helping, everybody that's showing up means something. And you know me, I'm saying it's never too late. Never, ever, ever too late to share this. I think Minister Mooney is having an influencer meeting tonight. He's going to have some heavy hitters come out and look at our business. And guess what? They probably will end up in Vegas, because that's how people look at opportunity. When they see it, they say, oh my goodness, this might just be the one I've been looking for. And they jump on that opportunity. So I'm saying that to tell you, it's not too late to keep on sharing, keep on letting them know what's going on in Vegas on this coming Friday and Saturday, starting on Thursday, 4/20, being there to celebrate at our 4th year anniversary. So guys, it's not too late. Share your videos, do the follow-up, get a 3-way going. You never know who you're talking to, what they're looking for, and if they just might decide to end up in Vegas, or if not, they might even know someone in Vegas. So I'm telling you, don't stop now. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. You all should be on Facebook looking for prospects in Vegas, because that is going to be one epic event. One epic event. And so I would love to, I'm not going to call you up.
And that's great.
Okay.
No, that's great, Phyllis. I'm here. We got the packages delivered. So that was Amazon with some conference materials. And so we got to keep it moving. But that was awesome, Phyllis, as always. I mean, Phyllis knows a pivot. She's so quick on her feet. So that was amazing. You just filled right in. Kathy Weathersby, got to give a shout out to you. I'm telling you what, whether it's editing, whether it's really organizing things with special events that we have going on at the conference, handling finances, getting the bills paid. Kathy Weathersby, girl, shout out to you. I know last night she was a part of Team No Sleep, because we had to get these programs out and needed one more person to take a look to make sure there's no errors. We didn't leave anyone out. And I'm telling you what, again, this is team effort. Errol Doris may not make our committee meeting every Tuesday, but let me tell you something, folks. He is working hard behind the scenes, and I'm seeing new things this morning. Oh my goodness, as I'm thinking about conference, I'm thinking about some new products, and we're just looking at this amazing new brand, right? New banners, right? I'm just looking at the stage. I mean, just so much that you're going to absolutely be excited when you're there at conference. So, hey, again, that's our conference committee. So just want to give a shout out to this team, because I'm telling you what, they're in the trenches with all of us, right? We're just there together week after week, getting this done, guys, okay? And so what I want to do real quick is I want to also mention a few items that I know are important to mention. It's amazing how people always wait till the last minute. We're hearing, hey, are there any tickets available for this or that? Well, the only tickets right now that are available are general admission, guys. Our VIP are completely sold out. Okay, so if you're going to have a space in any of our VIP events, you're gonna have to find someone who bought maybe extra tickets. Perhaps you need to get one from them because we have no more tickets on our website. Okay, and so we want to make sure everybody has a seat. So I apologize, but that's just the way that it goes, guys. Our venue can hold only so many people. And I'm telling you what, it's going to be so much fun. If you prepay for your hotel via Zelle, look out for your emails that they're going out today with all the details you need to check into your hotel on whether it's Wednesday, whether it's Thursday. Also, to just know the staff will be on the ground. So make sure you're looking out for people in those Wakanna shirts. We're going to have probably our name badges on just to make sure anybody you need to pull, ask a question. We're going to be all around that facility. Most of us are going to be running back and forth because we got a lot of things to do, but just know, stay on the lookout, call customer service if you need to. They'll put you in contact with the right person because guess what, guys? On Thursday night, it is rock star night, okay? What's the attire that you put on that makes you feel like a rock star? That's what you want to wear, okay? Saturday is our gala. It is red carpet style, so yes, you can come dressed to impress. I say do you, okay? For the conference, you want to be comfortable, okay? We call it business casual. Also, to make sure you went to 420lifestyleconference.com so that you can pre-purchase your lunch. This part right there is critical, guys. Where we're located, there's no restaurants nearby. So the only other option is you're going to have to Uber Eats or drive somewhere. So if you're not planning on renting a car, what you need to do today is get this out to your team and make sure every person has went to 420 Lifestyle Conference. And when you go to day 1, day 2, each day there's options for you to purchase your sandwiches. We have vegan options, turkey options, even roast beef, okay, for those of you who have blood types that might be able to tolerate that, okay? And so get that done, guys, because we don't want you to get there and wonder, how do I get some food? And guess what? We're going to have a few extra sandwiches, but the challenge is the logistics of really trying to get through lunch within a certain period of time so that we keep the show running on time. So do your part, be proactive, and go ahead and get those sandwiches now, okay? Do a couple extra because you know some folks on your team might forget, right? Also, too, it's critical that as you're coming into conference, take a moment, right? And just really think about what is it that you want to get out of this conference? What is your goal? What is your objective? Okay. And one thing that happens at conferences, guys, we call it those late night parties, the meeting after the meeting, those mastermind sessions. And those are important. Those are critical. But it's important also that you know your capacity. Okay. Because here's the bottom line. If you know we're starting early on Friday, early on Saturday, you don't want to miss any part of the conference, okay? And so there's moments on stage that we know are those moments that are the life-changing moments where people make the decision to go all out and build a diamond and 5-star diamond business. But how are you going to get there, right? If you miss critical nuggets, critical information because you're showing up late for the conference, right? So you want to be on time, know your capacity, get your water, get your sleep, be present, be alert, be ready to receive. Because I'm telling you, this team has put in months and months of sleepless nights, grueling and grinding to bring to you not just a conference, but a new company, right? So you really want to come ready to receive because this is going to be the moment that's literally going to help you take your business, your life to the next level. And yes, we're going to make sure, and I just put this on our notes, that we're going to have some coffee stations, okay? Because it's critical that you stay alert at the conference, right? So if you got to drink your coffee, if you got to drink some organic natural energy drinks that are not loaded with all that bad stuff, right? Do that, right? Water stations, right? And so we're going to make sure we do our part to support you, but you also have to do your part. And Phyllis, as you were talking about the influencer meeting tonight, guys, that just reminds me when they talk about, 7 degrees of separation, guys, that is serious and it's for real. We hear about people like this amazing Dr. Breakthrough out of Dallas that you're going to hear from on stage at conference, guys. But guess what? Chances are we all probably know a Dr. Breakthrough, right? Or someone who knows the Dr. Breakthrough. When I think about Stookie, okay, and hopefully he's on because if he is, he's going to share a few nuggets about conference. But here's the reality, guys. You probably already know a Stookie. You know a Willie Mooney, a Moshi Moshi. You know a Phyllis Snatch. Or either you know someone who knows people like that. But here's the challenge, guys. Oftentimes in this business, we play small. And when you play small, guess what? You end up getting paid small, okay? And so you got to play big to get paid big, okay? Play big to get paid big. And when you do that, guess what? Your business will change. And it's always refreshing because we know our strategy and we know the things that have helped us to, propel to the top in compensation plans, earn millions of dollars. But when you hear new people coming into this business, right, and they're telling you of their strategy and the things they've done, it just reminds me, right, that we are just so close to that massive momentum because we've built this over the last 4 years without going after network marketers. But guess what now? Network marketers are knocking on our door. Guess what now? They're seeing the value and the vision of where we're going. And so I'm super excited because whether he's on now or you're gonna hear from him on Saturday, but I'm gonna give you just a little bit of insight, okay? We're talking about these influencer meetings and we're talking about some of these leaders and you're like, okay, you're hearing these stories, but wouldn't it be great when you're there at conference, you're going to have a chance to pick their brain. You're going to have a chance to talk with the people that are breaking records. They've done it for 20 plus years in other companies. And now they're going to come here and some of them are already starting to do it already. Okay. But can you imagine you having the opportunity to be in front of them, asking them their secrets, okay? Asking them exactly what they've done over the past 20 years to take their business to the next level. And here's what's been happening, guys. Of course, busy in the midst of this birth, Wakanna brand is launching, but we're also in the midst of this super momentum that's going on as far as just massive activity. There's so much activity going on. People are recruiting. They're bringing in new distributors. They're putting us on the phone with three-ways for people that are sometimes owners of network marketing companies, where those companies might have went out of business. And guess what? Now they're looking at Wakanna, okay? They're looking at partnering with us. In fact, I have a meeting today, okay, in a few hours with another major influencer, top income earner in another company. But guess what? These are the caliber of people that are joining our business. And so it's causing us to have to make a shift. Because as we're working for conference, as we're working for the new brand, well, guess what? Sometimes we're up at 11 and 12 o'clock at night, guess what? Doing Zooms on the West Coast, right? Doing Zooms, for people across this country, guys. And one of the people that's kept us probably the busiest between probably Moshi, and you guys know him as Jesus Soriano, our new international Spanish ambassador. But it's a gentleman by the name of Steve Stookie, okay? I mean, this is a guy, guys, when you really think about a true story of success in this industry, okay? He's actually, over the last 20 years, had a chance to amass massive teams, building teams of over 10,000 people. But I think what we all love the most about him, he's got this big heart. He's such a connector of people, and he's so unassuming, okay? In fact, the first night I know I met him, I called him the silent assassin, okay? Because you would never know, right? You would never know because he's just so nice. He's so warm and friendly, and he just kind of sits there, doesn't really go about with this big bravado beating his chest, right? Just the most humble person you're going to ever meet. But his story is awesome, guys. Awesome, okay? In fact, when I think about his story, and when he first shared with me the fact that his first 7 years, and think about this, some of you might be new in the industry of network marketing, but his first 7 years in the industry, he spent $6,000 and made hardly any money at all. Can you imagine that? $6,000, guys. But it was probably the best personal development he probably ever had, okay? In fact, that was a company called Amway. Many of you could relate. Some of you were in there. But here's what happened, and this is really what it's about. It's about finding a mentor. But when you find that mentor, you can't just find a mentor and then still do it your way. You've got to be hungry and you've got to be coachable, okay? And you want to make sure that mentor is highly successful. The challenge is most of us take advice from people who are either at our level or below our level financially. And so if you want to be below your level where you're at right now, the worst thing you can do, or the best thing if that's your goal, is to talk to someone broker than you, okay? But he found a mentor that was making over $500,000 $10,000 a month, okay? In fact, by just changing a few things, do you know that he actually made more money in the last 8 years, right, than the first 18 years combined, okay? And that is exciting when you think about the fact that this guy who you're going to hear from, and he might be on the line today to give a little bit about why conference, but he'll be on stage to introduce Dr. Breakthrough because he's the person who brought in Dr. Breakthrough, guys. But do you know, not only did he reach more than 10,000 distributors, but earning over $100,000 per month, okay? Can you imagine that, right? What would your life look like? And there's certain things that you can do every day to change your behaviors that you can duplicate that type of success. Because he's, I know, probably going to be the first to tell you, if he can do this, you can do it. But here's what I'm even more excited about, guys, is this team. They're bringing in new people, okay, every day. And those new people are making decisions to come to conference. And some of you are on the line and you've already checked out of talking to anybody about conference. But guess what? It's not too late. You want to keep pushing. And so I'm going to just do a quick check because he was up last night late. I'm telling you what. And then guess what? He's also drives Uber because he likes networking. In fact, oftentimes he's bringing his Uber passengers to our headquarters. In fact, he sent a voicemail, and I'm sure, Phyllis, you got this too, but it was about an Uber passenger he picked up. And this passenger was like, wait a minute, you picked me up before. I know you. I'm just telling you guys, there's an art to this. And if one person can do it, and they can tell you what they do and you duplicate that, it means you can do it. So what does that mean? It means everyone on this line, if you're willing to listen, be coachable, get to the conference, pick the brains of all these amazing people that are going to be in one place, okay? So all of these top giants, right? All of our new product formulators, everybody is going to be in one building. This has never happened. This is history in the making, and you have an opportunity to position yourself. And yes, it's an investment. You pay for the hotel, you pay for your air flight, you pay for your event ticket, but what would it cost you? Or what would it be worth, right? For you to find out those missing nuggets that you need to take your life, your business to the next level, for you to truly get that breakthrough. And so just checking in real quick, I'm going to see if again, this is truly Team No Sleep, guys. You think I'm Team No Sleep? Let me tell you something about this new crew. Sometimes we're at the office and I'm thinking, okay, I'm working on my computer, things to do, but it's okay because when you're in the presence of this type of greatness, sometimes you're like, let me just stay in this aura because it's like an aura of energy. And so, hey, crew, I don't know if Stooky's out there. I don't know if Mooney's out there, but I want to just really kind of impress upon this crowd, what's happening with people making decisions today. People are booking airline tickets today, okay? And here's what happened, guys, because we also know there's also people making decisions not to come. So we had 4 hotel rooms that freed up. And so guess what? The first 4 people to email me at Melissa@Wakanna, we're going to make sure you get those rooms. But the bottom line is they're probably going to be gone in the next few hours because so many people are making a decision to be there. And if you know anybody in the California area, there's no reason why you shouldn't get at least a few people from California to this conference, people that are in Vegas to this conference, because that's going to be a big miss for you. If you have friends in California, family in Vegas, family within a driving distance, friends within a driving distance, people go to Facebook, look for people who are friends who live in Vegas, who might live in California, make some friends and get them there, guys, because it's not too late. Yes, the VIP are sold out, but there are general admission tickets. So a quick shout out to see if either Mooney, Stooky, I don't know, are you guys on the line?
I'm out here, Melissa, and Stooky is on the line. Hit star, Stooky.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Stooky.
I literally just woke up 10 minutes ago. I got back at 4 in the morning, and I'm like, I was in Hyde Park. I got to get back. So, anyhow, you want me to talk now, or you want me to?
Yeah, I've given them an introduction. I've told them about how phenomenal you are. We have about 5 minutes left. I know I was texting you earlier, so I said, I bet he's still knocked out because, guys, let me tell you something. We'd left the phone probably, at midnight last night, and you were still Ubering. Like, nope, I'm still moving. I'm still doing this. So you work to 4 a.m. You're on the call now. There's a massive amount of people on right now, Suki, and we've told them about your background, your success with Amway. Yeah, that's a joke, right? But how that was successful because that gave you probably the training and the foundation that you needed, right? So kind of just tell them a little bit about your story and just anything you think that can inspire someone to make a decision to get to Vegas this weekend.
You got it. You know, I did hear about a little bit what you told about Amway. You know, in 8 years, I made about $1,000 in 8 years, and I spent about $60,000. I went to every single seminar. I bought every product, every book, everything. But the thing is, I was doing everything by myself, and I wasn't doing any three-way calls, and I was doing everything. And so it's so simple, guys. Get people to do you a favor. Check out some information. Get them one of the videos in the back office and get them on a call. Talk to people your level and above, the most successful people. You know, just you want to be at conference because, you know, that creates momentum. And when you're at conference and you're not sitting here at home in Chicago, wherever you're at in the country, you're not sitting at home, but you're at conference and you post on Facebook, you're heading to Vegas to hang out with the top people in the industry, you know, and people are going, wow, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, they're going to wonder what you're doing. And you don't have to say nothing about any company. I brand myself. I never talk about companies. Some people will talk about their company all day long on Facebook and they'll talk about their company. I keep it simple. I put positive stuff on there. But especially when I go to conferences, I'll say, hey, I'm going to Vegas. You know, I'm going to be hanging out with the one percenters, and you know, I'll put some quotes and stuff on there, and that'll pique people's curiosity. I guess there's nothing wrong with posting what company you're in, but I've never done it because people can go around you. They can go around you and try to find someone else in the company and maybe join it to them versus saying that what company you're in. You know, so I just kind of keep it, you know, I private message everybody. I don't post about business on my wall. And I told Mooney that I'm like, oh, when I start my 21-day cleanse, I'm starting after Vegas because I don't want it to be, I didn't want it to be a distraction or try to bring a juicer in the airplane and all that stuff. I'm like, that'd be kind of challenging. So I said, I got to start it after because I went to my first conference. Jesus Soriano Moshi invited me April 5th. He's like, hey, man. Hey, you're in town because I live in Florida, guys. He's like, you're in town. Can you come out here? And my brother, he passed away March 27th. And I'm like, oh. So I came up. And if my brother never passed away, I wouldn't be going to conference. Dr. Breakthrough probably wouldn't be there. He wouldn't be going to conference. But, you know, everything happens for a good reason. You know, even though the tragedies that come in our life, God has a purpose for everything. And the other day I was doing Uber Eats because my app, I couldn't pick up passengers and it was so frustrating. I'm doing Uber Eats making nothing. I'm like making like $4 an hour. I felt like I was in Amway again. And but that was like $4 a month actually. But anyways, I go in this Dairy Queen to pick up some ice cream and I'm talking to Trevor, this guy that owns this Dairy Queen. And you know, I told him I'm up from Florida from the reason, and I said, you know, but God this is the 6th of April, the day after I went to the dispensary there and first met Melissa and everybody next day. So I'm picking up this ice cream and I said, you know, it's just when a tragedy happens and, you know, things just come together, you know, I just amazed what I saw last night. And he's like, you know, Steve, he's like, God's blessed me in many ways. I've went through a lot of challenges. And I'm like, man, I'd love to hear about him. He's like, yeah, I'd love to tell you. So it was like 11 in the morning at Dairy Queen in Downers Grove. And I come back like 5 hours later. I'm like, hey, I don't think he expected me to come back. I came back. Like, hey, man, I want to hear how God's, you know, blessed you and what happened in your life. And he began to tell me. And he's like, well, tell me more about what happened with you. And then I told him Wednesday night, April 5th, what happened. And, you know, he's like, oh, man, I'm definitely interested, you know, and we exchanged contact information. And, you know, he wants to do a Zoom with Melissa. And you just don't know, guys, the next person you talk to, because there's people out there praying for an opportunity, looking for an opportunity because they're sick and tired of being sick and tired of going to a dead-end job. They're praying for something to come in their life, guys. And you know what? It's not a big deal to get an airline ticket. It's not a big deal to contact the next person. It's not a big deal to do that work, but it's a big deal for your dreams and goals. It's a big deal for what you want to accomplish. That's a big deal. And if you go out there with passion and excitement, you know, you're going to attract who you are. You don't want to go out there like character from Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, that's all sad all the time, because you're going to attract those type of people. You want to go out there like Tigger, the tiger, who's jumping around and excited. You want to look for excited people, and they're gonna come to you based on who you are. And I wasn't looking. I told Melissa last night I wasn't looking at all, but my buddy Jesus Soriano said, "Hey Steve, do me a favor, man. Come out to the dispensary." All right, I'm doing well. I'm doing well with networking. I wasn't looking, but when I find out my blood type and I don't know all this stuff, I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. This is exciting. And here I am. I'm going to Vegas. So I'm excited, guys. All you got to do is just get people to do you a favor. Do not, you may be so excited about this, because when I was in Amway, I would tell everybody everything because I was excited. People can't duplicate the expert. If you can just say, hey, can you do me a favor? Get them some information. Get them on a call. Do not be the expert. You're going to be successful. And that's what I do over and over again. And Melissa, I've got I texted you information last night, and a big leader in Florida who wants to talk with you. So hopefully we can get him in to schedule sometime today on a Zoom when he's available. But guys, just you want to get the conference because it's going to create momentum, and people are going to be like, wow, what are you doing? What's going on? And just post it on your Facebook. What you're kind of like, yeah, I'm going to hang out with the millionaires, but you don't have to post about anything about Wakanna. You just keep it blank, because that's going to pique curiosity, and people are like, well, what are you doing? Hey, do me a favor, check out this video. Boom, send them the video, and let's jump on a call. It really mean a lot to me. I'm not going to ask you to join. I'm not going to ask you to spend any money. Do me a huge favor. It would really mean a lot to me. That's all you got to do, and keep it simple. And if you keep it simple, don't become the expert, you're going to be wealthy. But if you explain everything, blah, 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 that's too hard. I can't do that. Well, it's going to be, and most people think the quickest way to success is to just tell everybody about their business, blast them, spam their opportunity in their inbox. They think that's the quickest way to success. No, the quickest way is building relationships. And because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if you care about people and love people, you're going to attract amazing people. And they're going to want to do business with you. So that's my story, guys. I'm going to mute out now.
Wow. Stuki, I mean, you are awesome. Your techniques are awesome. And I know you've been a part of this dynamic explosion. Mooney, I know you've been right there in the action. Phyllis, you've been right there in the action. I mean, this team is on fire. You guys are going to the top, to the tip top, busting through the top. So Mooney, I know how any comments from you before we close it out? Because I know you're excited.
I'm super excited. I think Stuki said it all. I mean, when you look at, you never know who, you never know, and disposition does matter, and a sense of urgency with just life happening. We all will come against resistance, and life happens, but where is it that you want to be? So if anything that I would have to say right now would be to back Stuki up and say, get the conference, you all. Right? Change the atmosphere, change the temperature, change your lives. Because I'm changing mine, and I see a lot of people who are hungry to change theirs. So let's do it together. With that being said, I'm going to be like Stuki and just mute out. Thank you, Melissa.
Amen. And you guys just heard from one of our top money earners, Diamond Mooney. I mean, always breaking records in the company and just building this dynamic team. So you guys are doing it big. And so I just want to say, guys, get the conference, get off this line in a minute so we can go crazy and invite folks. Look at the most successful people you know, start with them, right? And invite them. Find out what they're doing, right, this weekend. And guess what? You're going to find that your life will change. And so with that being said, we also want to remind you that right now it's time to rebound with Wakanna. So if you want to get some cardio in, get that lymphatic system moving, just go to reboundwithwakanna.com, and DJ Dr. Roz is going to help you get your day started at 2, and that's at 8:30 a.m. So again, it's happening right now. These are all central time zones that I'm quoting. At 2:30 p.m., you can tune in with Doris Mosley, our trichologist. So if you know some hairstylists, let's help them save our strands. So you can tune in with her via Zoom or go to saveourstrands.com. At 7:30 p.m. Central, that is our corporate Zoom. So we want to make sure we pack it out as we're pushing for conference. And at 6 o'clock, if you know anyone who's an influencer in the Chicago area, you want to head to the corporate headquarters at 411 East 35th because we're going to come. I know Phyllis, Mooney, everybody's going to be there, showing up, showing out. I know Stuki's going to be there, right? I know Moshi's going to be there. So it's going to be a dynamic night. And with that being said, tune in for the Diamond Factory tomorrow, because that's going to be the last call before we get on the flight. We'll still have the call Wednesday, but I know 99% of us in Chicago are on that flight about that time, okay? And so with that said, we want you to have an Wakanna day, okay? Because we're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top, because yes, this time we are busting through the top.